Good afternoon. Everything's going great. Can you hear me? Yeah. Low 40s, it's raining, wet, damp. Can everybody hear me? Great. All right. Good. I forgot my glasses. I'm gonna run into the grind room right quick and get my glasses. Hang on. I'm gonna run into the grind room right quick and get my glasses. Hang on. All right. Maybe I can see what y'all say. Bladed trips, I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. How you doing? Everything is good, Joseph. Thanks, Jody. I got this chair, I got two of them in a garage sale. So they stay in the shop. They're big and comfortable. And stay around the wood stove. Bladed trips, I'm glad you love the Stranded Woodsman. Yep, that left-handed sheath had to redo that one, but glad we got it to you. All right, see if anybody else joins us right quick. Hello. Is it Robert Turner? Hello. I'm reading comments on my cell phone. I can't see it on the screen. Yep, staying warm. Good afternoon, Supple Serpent. Hope everybody else is staying warm. I think maybe a couple more weeks, 3 more weeks of cooler weather. Don't know, we'll see. I think the actual cold weather is probably done here, unless we get a freak storm, which is highly unlikely. I am doing well. Glad you like the Mini, Chris. I don't believe in stropping, but if that's your thing, go right ahead. I'm not too keen on stropping. Don't like polished edges, but that's me. 83 in Florida. Man. Yep. Alberta, Canada. Crazy weather in Alberta. Yeah, well, I mean, we're in the low 40s here, so it's just a cold rain. Good day to be around the fire. '71 in South Carolina. Huntsville, Alabama. Yep, bladed trips. Been to Alabama a few times. Blackie Thomas is down there. Went down to visit Blackie a few times down there. Great state. Yeah, I do, Chris. I really do. It's, that's not my favorite grind, but, anyway, to each his own. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing, buddy? 21 degrees. We had a couple of temperatures like that, this year. It don't last long though. Switzerland, wow. Worldwide, welcome, welcome. 17 in Illinois. Gary, you stay warm, buddy. That's a might frigid. I'll be glad when I can get those knives to you too, Maddox. Matter of fact, today, on a Saturday, I've been in here heat treating all morning since early. Got about 30 of them hardened. And we'll do tempers overnight. Matter of fact, I got half of them in the kilns now for temper. Got 3 kilns going. So that's what happens when demand overreaches the manpower. It's just one of those things. Try to do better, but that's all the manpower I got. Can get. Jonathan, I don't know that I'm gonna make it this year. I think about that same week I gotta be in Tulsa at a show, with Randy, Smith at Stitch Gear. He's lost his health this year, so I gotta be his gopher. Last time I was a pretty face, but that didn't go so well, so we're gonna try a little demeanor and a demotion, and I'm gonna be the gopher. Chris, there's a Sloyd knife you can get from Northern Woodsman Elite. Go to www.Northern Woodsman Elite, and they have a Sloyd knife. Matter of fact, that's what I'm heat treating today is Sloyds. Actually, there's still probably one left on my website under the available custom knives webpage. There may be one left. Yep, on the mini, talked to Randy about that today. There's several of them that's been overdone. So he has some that's still available to pre-order. Looking at probably getting those shipped to Randy in about 40 days. So it's getting close. Good afternoon, Pam. How's the steaks? Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that, buddy. That 6 is a good start. There's some on here that's probably got 20, 30, and 40. I got like 80, last count I had there was 80 different models. And I think some of them's got one of each. And some of them maybe have more than one of the same model. So. Well, gotta get them coals up them steaks. Wow, Jody, minus 24, is that Fahrenheit or Celsius? I don't do Celsius. I mean, we're Americans, we don't do that Celsius stuff. Anybody got any questions? -24 Fahrenheit, minus 24. Wow, you be safe. I don't know if we could survive something like that. Yeah, I'm glad you like the Triple X. Yeah, we try to squeeze in a recreation day here and there, but there ain't many. There ain't many. But yeah, I gotta charge the battery every now and then. Glad you like that Triple X. That is a very, very good design. Waiting on, Matt Mercer, I think he's got a video on that, will be coming out. First WC knife, what would you recommend? I recommend you taking about 2 days and going through my videos on YouTube. That's what I recommend. And look at all the introduction videos and go from there, because it just depends on what you want to use the knife for and your skill level and just all kinds of things. I can't recommend you a knife. Matter of fact, there's a video on there about why I can't recommend a knife. Just go to the fact playlist, the FAC or FAQ, frequently asked questions, and there's probably a lot of answers on there. AEBL is easier to sharpen, probably holds the edge about almost as long, but Nitro V probably holds it just a little bit longer. But the key to Nitro V is just don't let it get dull. Just sharpen it, touch it up every evening, and you'll be fine. Use that Ghostman Home that I showed in the last video, the pocket nut. If you can get one of those, man, that's the ticket. Don't have an opinion on MagnaCut, but I will give you an opinion on all these super steels that come out. Everybody rushes to the next super steel. There is no such critter, folks. It'll be hot and heavy for a while, and then they'll go to something else. It's all sales tactics. A properly heat-treated blade in just a good carbon steel or a good stainless steel will provide everything you need. So I quit chasing super steels a long time ago because I was always disappointed. Matter of fact, I've done a lot of comparison videos over the years as far as just 01 compared to 3B. I don't think it's worth it. It holds an edge just as long as 01 is properly heat treated. Now 3B is tougher, I will give it that, for side pressure and beating on and things like that I don't do to a knife. I don't beat on it. I use a knife for what it's designed for to cut. But I mean, if you use it for that, then 01 is just as good as 3B and a lot cheaper. So, but anyway, I've got videos on all that. Anthony Fire and Bone will be out in about, I said 30 days a week ago, so probably still not the same thing. I've got a few of them heat treated. I just got to work them into handles and things like that and finish grinds. So we're shooting for the 1st of next month. The closer we get to that, I'll set a date at some point. Making any more cooking knives. That's the second person that's asked me about a cooking knife. I don't understand a cooking knife. Now, I did do a homesteader that was, I guess you could call it a cooking knife, but every knife I design, I put a little kitchen prep in there because that's what you use a knife mostly for is kitchen prep on camp. I mean, that's part of it. So every knife I design is a cooking knife. WCSK 1000 will be a special run. It'll be limited runs, so no, I can't reserve any numbers. Those are going to be 3Bs. I just need to select some handle material. It'll be like I did the 500 series. The first 25 or 30 of the 500 were limited special runs that was sold on the website. And the 1000 at 1000 will be the same way. That's the reason I won't do a custom build SK. Trapper Scalpel is a good knife. If you just want a standard knife, small knife, that's a good little skinning knife. Yeah, Jonathan, we're working on some special, not special, but some more gators. In my last update, I mentioned that we'd probably do a limited number of gators every month. I think we're going to try 6. Be 2 browns and 2 blacks. They're going to be in burlap micarta, and we're going to put those on my website under the available customized webpage. So we'll try that. Price is gonna be about $350 though. I'm not gonna lose any more money on those things. So, if you want them, they'll be there. Yeah, Chris, we'll probably start those next week. I said middle of the month, so we're on track for that, starting those. So in the next update, you'll get a little bit more information on that. The first series of 1 through 4, the first bills, 1 through 4 will be started. I need to go through the other list for the choosing the rest of them. I just have not had a chance to do that yet, but if you submitted a request, and it's still pending unless I've talked to you. So until I talk to you, you are still on the pending list, all right? Oh, crooked knife. Okay, different animal. Crooked knife, no, I don't intend to do any more crooked knives. I do recommend that you getting with Craft Blades out in the UK. He has some good crooked knives, blades. Try him out. Let's see, I think there was like a Pine Tree Forge or something like that had some decent crooked knife blades. You may have to put your own handle on it, but that's the fun part. But yeah, I mean, there's some people out there that still doing crooked knives, but no, I don't have the time to do them. Supple servant, no, I don't have time to do blade show. I don't need the marketing. Thankfully, I've got more work than I can do. We continually stay, right now, we're about 600 knives back ordered right now. It just takes away from the shop. It's cost money, and I don't need to advertise. Thankfully, you guys do it for me, so I'm so blessed in that way. And anyway, no, it was fun when I did it a couple of times, but it's just it takes a toll on me and everybody around me. So no blade show. Thanks, Jonathan. I think it's fair. It's a fair price. I mean, compared to what you get for that price range from Benchmade and all the others, I would certainly rather have one of mine. There's no doubt about it. Matter of fact, I don't even buy Benchmade or Spyderco or any of those others anymore. I'm so disappointed every time I get one that I don't even try it anymore. Yeah, Aaron, my favorite WC is the next one that's being designed and developed. But I'll tell you what, this Fire and Bone, man, it's probably gonna be a while before I get another one that's better than that. Chris, let me go through the list that I've got and see how close I am to the 40. If there's still slots available after I go through them, then we may do a option for a second one, second custom. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But give me a few weeks to go through all the stack, and I'll let people know on the video or something. Saint Beguile, a crooked knife is a knife that was developed by the indigenous people of Canada to do canoes. It's basically a one tool to plane wood and other things. Just do a search on YouTube for crooked knife, and there'll be all kinds of videos pop up. It's a specialty tool. You're welcome, Chris. Appreciate your patience, buddy. Jason, on the Frost River pack, Um, I don't do packs that much anymore. Most of my camping is either in a canoe, a boat, or a truck. So I've started using canoe barrels. And I just stuff everything in a barrel and go that way. But so I don't use packs that much anymore. I do have a get home sling bag that I need to do a video on at some point. But it's just basically I live about 34 miles, 40 miles from the nearest town. So if I go to town, then if something happened while I was in town and I had to walk it back to the house, then you'll need some sort of kits. But no, I don't use packs that much anymore. But I mean, it's a great pack. It really is. It's just heavy. I mean, you know, there's a lot of lighter packs out there that will do just as good. The Falcon Raven or something like that, Falcon Niven, that they have a very good pack that I've used, and it's a very nice pack that's a little bit lighter. Volume 3 in the Challenge Series. Well, you never say never, but right now, I think over the past 10 years since I've wrote them books, I doubt if I've made enough money to pay for my time to do it. It's just not, I can't afford to do it, to be honest. It takes up too much time from the shop. So probably, I'm not gonna say never, but there's nothing planned in the future right now. And if anybody was wondering what I was talking about, that's a couple of books that I wrote that's available on Amazon. Freedom's Challenge and Wilderness Challenge. There's links from my website if you want to check those out. Yeah, Jimbo, I'm sad to say that, yeah, that's what I find too. I'm very disappointed in the last two Benchmades that I've got. It's, you know, the angles are wrong, the steel is not heat treated properly, it doesn't live up to its potential. So I've been very disappointed in them. And I don't know what the deal is with them, but I think they fell off a little bit. But hopefully they'll get it back together at some point. Arthur, no, I don't do gut hooks because I've tried them and they don't work. Most of the time they clog up with hair and they're just a pain to use. So I don't do gut hooks because I don't like them. So if it's something that I don't like and it just doesn't work for me, then more than likely I won't make it. But yeah, I got I got 3 books on Amazon right now. One's about selecting the right knife, I think. It's a little small pamphlet. And there's 2 novels on there. Great reviews. I think last time I checked, there's like 40 reviews, and there's like 4.5 stars or something like that. One guy didn't get it at all. I think he just got mad, just did a bad review on it, just to be doing something. But anyway, I guess it's not for everybody, but for the most part, there's like 4.5 star reviews. Freedom's Challenge has 5 stars. So everybody loves the Freedom Challenge, the second one in the series. That is possible, Jody. I mean, you know, I've done that video too. When you're finally polishing a blade, especially the stainless steels now that's air hardened, most of the time, if you get it a little bit warmer, too warm on the polishing wheels, then it'll crystallize that final edge. And so once you get past that final edge, then it will hold an edge better. And that could be their problem as well. I know I've had issues with that as well, but you know, like I say, once you get past that crystallized edge, then it's just phenomenal. edge retention and all that other good stuff and durability of it. So that could be it, I'm not sure. But it's their angles that I don't get. I mean, they're sub too, they're like 20 degrees and man, they don't cut very well. They're sharp, but they just don't cut, so. Thanks, Pam. I don't know about magical, but spent a lot of time trying to I don't know about perfect, but get it to where it's proper heat treat. I mean, if the blade isn't properly heat treated, then what's the use? You know, it just. Thanks, Bladed. Yeah, that Woodsman's arrow. A lot of people has been commenting on how well it carves too. That tooth, man, I tell you what, that tooth on a knife is just unbelievable. Once you start using that, then you're gonna miss that on any other knife you try. It's so handy on so many applications that you really don't realize it until you try it. I've watched Dutch Bushcraft. Is that the two kids? I think. No, I would not send any knife of mine to them. There's no way I would send a knife to them. I really get mad when I watch them, to be honest. I mean, anybody to think a knife should be put through that should never own a knife. It's my opinion. Luga, yeah, ceramic rods will work great. I've used ceramic rods on a lot of my knives. Nothing wrong with that at all. It actually puts a little bit of a tooth on it. Serrated, it's microscopic, but yeah, it does a great job. Yep. I've done several machetes, lots of big choppers. Done big kukris. Yeah, the problem is nobody wants to pay for it. If you think of a machete this big, you can get 2 knives out of that one piece of steel. It takes twice the amount of steel, materials, labor, everything, but nobody wants to pay for it. So if somebody wants to pay me $700, $800 to do one, yeah, I'll do one. But so far nobody's stepped up to the plate. I don't blame them. But anyway, yeah, if somebody wants to pay for it, I'll be glad to do it. Hey Randy, how you doing, buddy? Long time no see or talk to. I just got off the phone with him a few minutes ago. Jody, that's probably a good idea. But the problem is, I mean, if you lay the knife over to even go into an 18-degree angle and cut it from that 20 degree that they put it on, I don't know how well the heat treat is to hold up to something of that fine. But yeah, as long as you don't put it in a bind, it's probably work best. Yeah, Hiram, unfortunately, I've seen that too. I don't know if it's who they're shipping it to for heat treat. I don't know how many of them are doing it in-house anymore. I think a lot of these heat treat companies are they're running thousands of blades through there and their quality control is suffering for it. Tooth snob. Hey, I'm in that club too, buddy. Tell you what, I really miss it if I'm trying a knife that don't have it. My problem is when I'm R&Ding a new blade and it doesn't have, or a new design doesn't have a tooth on it, I'm tempted to just chunk it to trash. And I mean, not everybody's going to get the tooth. I understand that. So I've got to kind of look behind my bias on that and put other blades on the market. Yeah, bladed trips. I've carved with one a little bit too, and it does. It really does great at carving. Feathers, oh man, feather sticks, wow. does fantastic. Yeah, Jimbo, I don't blame you, man. They're not worth it. If you're gonna get a knife that big, then I would suggest going with Essie or something else that you're not gonna be disappointed with when it breaks or something like that, because, big, heavy bladed knives of that big, if you watch my, batoning video, Good, Bad, and Ugly, then, vibrations in steel cause a lot of problems. And the longer the blade is, the more those vibrations affect that blade. So, you gotta watch that. Yeah, if you do custom books machete, Pam, it's gonna cost you. I mean, that price per inch was there for a reason, because I don't, it's just not worth my time to do those big knives like that and, not get compensated for it. No, Chris, no competition cutter. Really haven't had time to research that much. A lot of times I use hollow grinds, and I'm just not really big on hollow grinds. So haven't really thought about it. It's really not my forte. A WC chef knife. I probably have to think about that one. I've got some knives that you probably use for chef knives. Like I say, every design has a kitchen use incorporated in it, or actually thought about when I was designing it. Because kitchen is so much a part of using a knife. I have done some chef knives in the past for customs back when I was doing customs several years ago. The problem is, most of my well-known work is multi-grinds. And really, a multi-grind is not beneficial in the kitchen. The grind that works best in a kitchen is a full flat. I mean, that, or hollow. And they work best in the kitchen. So, my knife designs and my philosophy is more about versatility than leaning toward one function knives. And so I don't know how well that would work. If the camp tool may be something that you're interested in, if you go to my website, wcknives.com, and look on the home page and just scroll through the home page, there's a knife on there called the camp tool that's designed after a cleaver. That may be something that interests you. Vasil, no, I don't have any cooking videos coming up, but I do need to work on that. So, but I don't have anything planned right now. Firing bone to the bone, there's a ton of differences. Blade thickness, blade shape, handle shapes. I mean, they're just two completely different knives. When I do the introduction video, I'll try to put as many knives together as I can and show them side by side. Sometimes it's hard to see the differences without a side by side. But I mean, the firing bone is a shorter blade, different grinds, like I said, different tips, different shapes. So anyway, I'll try to do a side by side on as many different models as I can and show the differences. Yeah, Jody, the crooked knife is similar to the hoof knife, but the grind is different and the angle of the blade's different. There is some differences between a hoof knife and a hook knife and a crooked knife. But looking at it without using it, yeah, they do look a lot alike. Hello, Carlos. How's Puerto Rico? This is the 12th year of WC Knives. Started in 2010, November 2010. Well, that's when WC Knives started. I made them before that, but actually went into business full time 12 years ago. Bladed Trip's favorite design as of right now is the Fire and Bone. Favorite knife, bar knife. For a belt knife. Now, if you're talking survival, it's the WCSK. So, you know, it just depends on what task, but as far as a belt knife, everyday use, hunter, camp, that type of thing, Fire and Bone. And it's coming out soon. Glad you like the folder, Carlos. Getting a lot of great feedback on that folder. I've tried to quit making them several times, and I just get inundated on a weekly basis of when they're coming out. So kind of relented and talked Tom into making some more or putting them together. And well, I tell you what, they are a pain. They are a pain. Yes, Jody, they are similar. You're right. Yeah, Jonathan, the outfitters, they do meat processing very well. That belly, man, that belly works, doesn't it? That's what I had in mind when I did that belly. I used the Cansville as a inspiration, and kind of did that down sweet, the little sweet spot there for a bigger belly for butchering game and kitchen prep and things like that. Of course, like I said, every knife I design, the kitchen part is always in the back of my mind, because let's face it, that's what you use a knife for the most part for, is kitchen prep. Yeah, it's raining here too, Carlos. 40 degrees with light rain. You probably hear it hitting the roof on the shop. Yeah, a lot of people's waiting on that Fire and Bone, Carlos. We're still looking at probably 30 days. First part of next month is probably realistic. The Wanamaker, I'll be at the Stitch Gear booth. Randy, you still on here? Do you have a number yet of what booth we're at? Hard to beat that Nessie, ain't it, Jonathan? You know, that's one of those designs. It just works. It's the right size. It's not going to weigh you down, and it's just a handy little blade. It really is. Sneak me some chowder here. Wow, that's good. Well, when you figure that out, Jonathan, don't tell anybody. We just keep that one to ourselves, buddy. But I can't be content either. That's the reason I keep coming up with designs. Is before I started WC Knives, I've always been an avid knife guy my whole life. I don't know how many heard this story. Mom likes to tell a story that when I was just a toddler, I cried for a pocket knife that my dad had a little old Barlow pocket knife. And so finally, she told him to give it to me, but break the blades off of it. And so he handed me the knife without the blade, with the blades broken on it. I don't have anything to do with it. But yeah, I've always loved knives. Before I started WC Knives, I had about over 600 knives in the collection. I've sold them since then, but I've had every kind of knife you can imagine in that collection. So I had 2 gun safes full of knives. So I've handled a few knives in my lifetime. Dad's, well, he just turned 90 in December. He still, I mean, he went to check his lines today, and it started raining, so. But, yeah, he gets out on the lake, at least once a day if the weather's not too bad. So, he's still doing okay. He's got COPD real bad, so he has to kind of walk slow and use a cane, but, he still gets around. Yeah, secret. Okay, we're on the top level. That's fitting. Let's talk about Wanamaker. Yeah, he's not ready to give in yet. He told me he'd let me know when he was ready for the rocking chair. He said he ain't ready yet, so. No, Jimbo, the WC Center pins was provided by a maker in Hong Kong. And I am not willing to invest several $1,000s to have more pins made in that area, especially with supply chains the way they are. So, not any new WC pins in the foreseeable future. Now, John, glad the WCSK is working for you. I was telling them earlier, I guess it was before you joined, that I think I'll be at Wanamaker during Blackie's thing, so probably won't be able to make it this year. But anyway, I'm sure you guys have fun without me anyway. Mom's good. She's having to slow down a little bit too, but Mom's good. She does what she wants to do, which is fitting. Sometimes she does more than she needs to do, but that's Mom. So, but yeah, she's doing good. Woods Journey is a nice knife. I'm surprised that it didn't get legs, but not many people picked up on the Woods Journey. Yeah, the custom should be done by April. Like I say, we'll get that started the first 4. I think you're what, number 2? So it'll be started next week anyway, so. Yeah, if anybody's within 1,000 miles of Tulsa in April, you need to make the trip. Come on down and see us. It's a lot of fun. It really is. All right. Who who hasn't done me a thumbs up? We got more people than 15 on here. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't like the content. Just give me something. Yeah, Carlos, we talked about the books, buddy. Don't know when I'll have time to write a third book, but if somebody, a publishing company came along and said, we're gonna give you $1 million to write another one, then I'd probably make the time. But right now, there ain't nobody knocking on my door, so it's kind of a losing venture. Takes away from the shop too. Yeah, no time, Carlos. Just don't have time to do it. Am I shaking the camera? Probably are. Because I got an earthquake. Anybody got anything else? Georgia Bookcraft. I've thought about it. Right now, it hasn't been a good timing yet, but I have been thinking about it, and we'll see what I can do. I think that's an invitation only though but I don't know. I was invited to some bushcraft deal. I don't know if it's Georgia. Might have been Georgia. Somebody contacted me. But anyway, yeah, the timing just hasn't worked out yet. But I have thought about it. Thanks, David. Appreciate that, buddy. Better late than never. Thanks for joining. Appreciate your support. Yeah, hatchet hangs, things like little craft things like that, I enjoy doing them. So a lot of times I don't turn the camera on, but I probably need to do that a little bit more often. But yeah, I enjoy doing that. Anything to do with creating things or hands and woodwork or that stuff, I enjoy doing that. But welcome, Wendell. You're welcome, Robert. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Blackie has told me about the Georgia Bushcraft thing, and Dan also, I think Randy's been there a time or two. Yeah, it seemed like a great time every time they go, so. Yeah, it's just one of those things is, it's probably about a 15-hour drive for me. So you're looking at 2 days there and 2 days back, so that's a lot of time away from the shop. Carlos, no axes, buddy. No, we're not doing axes. Eric, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think 2 or 3 would be a good start. I don't know anybody that's been able to stop at 2 or 3 yet. But yeah, I'd appreciate it. than Jimbo 9 last year. Yeah, it's addictive. It is addictive. But it's better than spending your money on crack, I guess. Certain people like it, I guess. Hickory, oh, knife handle, those are axes. I'm really liking the teak. The Fire and Bone, this one I've been using for the last month, has got what they call figured teak. And I'm really liking this. I mean, I've had this knife in some nasty stuff. And it just, well, I mean, teak is used for decking and stuff like that. It just has natural oils that's rejects or impervious to stains and stuff. So, yeah, teak is, and it kind of has a little bit of a, not really tacky, but it's not slick either. So, yeah, I'm really liking the teak. And we're going to put some of those that will be available in teak. Knife crack. Yeah. Yeah, that's about what it is. Bacardi's nice. Yeah, that's a good, decent wood. I had a lot of Bacardi. Yeah, Carlos, you got a pretty good collection going there too. It's 1/8 inch on the Fire and Bone. Danny, contact GreatNorthernKnives.com, and they may have some in stock, or you can get with Randy, who's on here, and he can be sure and put one in the next his next order. He may have one in the shop. I don't know. Randy, do you have one? No, Jimbo. The Fire and Bone is a saber. It is a. You can see that? It is a Scandi, curved Scandi with a tooth into a saber grind. Stubby, I've never done a video on the Stubby, but yeah, I don't know how many has been sold. Great Northern has done a pre-order on some of them. And I think Randy's going to do some ordering on some. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say because I really haven't released it. But yeah, there's been some sold wholesale. It's just that I don't know how retail is going right now. But Randy likes that Stubby. What do you call it, Randy? Chubby? Is that what it is? Look for it the first part of next month, right around before the 15th of next month. That's the best I can do right now. I've got to get all of them heat treated and get handles set and grinds and all that other stuff, and so it takes time. I've got all the blanks in. I just need to get them heat treated. No, the Homesteader is not proprietary. The only proprietary blades has their logo etched on the blade. So if you see a knife that doesn't have their logo etched on the blade, then any dealer can provide that. You just have to call Third heat treat oven arrived Thursday. Well, Wednesday. I went and picked it up Wednesday, got it in the shop on Thursday. And first heat treat run was done yesterday, and I did some today. It took me about 3 runs to get the temperatures set right. The reason I don't give out temperatures on heat treated stuff because every equipment, every oven is different. It took me about 3 runs to get the settings right. So it's one of those things that I can't just tell you how it's done. Is you have to get out there and do it. You have to start at a certain point. And anybody out there that's making knives that wants to do their own heat treat, the best heat treat advice that I can give you is to get with somebody who has the formulas and tweak it from there. Because everybody, their ovens are different, climates are different, there's just a lot of different things involved in it. I would recommend you getting at least a cheap Rockwell tester. The ones from Grizzly does pretty good. They're only like, I think, oh man, last one I bought was like $1,500, I think. But worth every penny of it. That way you can dial in your heat treats. So, but anyway, yeah, the third oven is here. I've had 3 of them running for the past couple of days. He treated probably 60 to 70 blades in the last couple of days. Yeah, the stubby is, that's what that little indentation there is for a sure grip when you got the finger up on the spine. So, I mean, that little indentation there just works. Randy butchered a deer with it, with his stubby a few months ago. So, I mean, he was raving about it. Randy can speak up, tell you what he thinks about it. Yeah, it's the chubby. I can relate to that. Yeah, he did a video on that. That's right. I forgot he did a video on that. So, I mean, it works phenomenal on a whitetail. I mean, small blade, but hey, you know, small blades just skip many a whitetail. I know Barlow Pocket Knives has done many deer down in this Texas area, so it don't take a big knife to cut through a deer when you know what you're doing. Well, size and specs is probably pretty close between the stubby and the trapper. Just the blade shape is different. Handle's a little bit different. So I guess it just depends on what you want. The stubby is more of a skinner. It's got a little bit more belly. It's got a different tip. It's got a butcher style tip. Whereas the trapper scalpel is more for pelting and getting that fine detail cuts around the eyes and the lips and things on a lot of the trap game for fur. So that's the difference between them. Yeah, Chris, I've got a bunch of prototypes. I have a drawer full that I'm going to be listing for sale here, probably for tax purposes. Man, I'm not looking forward to this at all. Yeah, we're going to have to do a sale on some of those at some point. And the closer we get to that, then I will be making announcements on the 2-week production update videos. If you're not watching those videos, you're missing out on a lot of information because I give a lot of information on those videos. I think the next one, I just updated it last weekend, so the next one will be next weekend. That'll be the next 2-week update. David, no, I really haven't done any tours of the shop. So, anyway, it's an insurance thing. But if anyone is close and wants to see the shop, then, you know, I'll be glad to let them walk around and look, but not during operations. Yeah, that hog's tooth can be ordered through any of the dealers. It's not proprietary to anybody. So if you want a hog's tooth with a full flat grind, just contact your favorite dealer. Contact Randy. He's on here now. Yeah, a lot of people use the fillet knives. When you say fish knife, I assume it's a fillet knife. But yeah, a lot of people use that thin blade, that very thin blade, to pelt out animals. It's that real fine tip and thin blade that's what they're looking for. And that's what the Trapper scalpel has, is a very fine tip and thin blade. Yeah, Chris, especially in those deer cavities, yeah, you don't want a large blade in there because you can get hurt pretty quick. Yeah, those small blades do work better in those applications. Yeah, Birdman, glad you like the Firebug. Pam's on here. I think they may have a few left. They had some left the other day. Let's put it that way. Pam can speak up and see how many they got left. Some of them were done in '01. I'm not sure which version you have, but yeah, the ones that was done with for Vern in Florida is stainless. I think they're AEBL, but yeah. I don't know if the ones he's got has got a chisel on the back or not. I'm not sure if he got the chisel or not. My favorite knife, Carlos, is the next one that I'm developing. It's always the next one. If it wasn't the next one, I would quit developing knives. So right now, the one that's my favorite, as far as that's been made, is the one I'm wearing right now, which is the Fire and Bone. But my favorite knife is always the next one. You're always chasing that next design. Yeah, I'll probably do pictures on social media, Byron. Is that how you pronounce your name? Byron Lamar. Of the custom builds, probably do it on social media, but unless it's a production update, I probably won't do them on video. Pam is with MT Knives, M&T Knives, M&T Gun Shop. Pam, speak up. I know you said yes, we've had them, but let him know who to contact. There you go, MT's Gun Shop. All right, been on here an hour. Has anybody got any more questions? But you guys are welcome, and thank you so much. You guys are just awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And until the next one, you guys be safe, stay warm, and we'll try to do this a little bit more often. But enjoy your weekend and enjoy tomorrow if you're into that super thing. So thanks, David. Appreciate it. Thank you for your support. And we'll catch you guys again very soon. Have a good one.